No, I can't put my finger on anything. They're a good team, so obviously they're going to back themselves going away from home. There's a real element of familiarity there between the two sides as well, which obviously contributes to them knowing us a little bit better. And the fact that we seem to play each other a lot as clubs, and obviously country every year too. That you get a few wins over an opposition away from home, and you go there going forward with a huge amount of confidence. So that they'll be doing the exact same this week. They'll come over here a confident team. Listen, we were clear favourites in France going over there. I think enough of us have been in sport long enough to know that the bookies aren't right every single week. They're always very tight games. A lot of times one scores. Bookies and favourite tags and all of that doesn't really come into our thought process at all. Yeah, I think it'll improve them significantly. Obviously having Liam Williams and Lee Halfpenny back there is a clear sign that they probably know what to expect. So they will be improved significantly in terms of how they dealt with the aerial game against England. It's hard to know. That they say they do. So we have to take their word for it a little bit in terms of that. But again, there's a lot of familiarity there. You know players inside out. It's easier to get a read on a team, when you do know exactly what to expect from some guys. I think he'll bring an excellent kicking game. I think a lot more of an attacking kicking game. So, certainly for me, I'm expecting a lot more crossfield kicks, a lot of chips. He's probably their strongest player in the air as well. They put a lot of onus on him to go fetch their own balls, which I suppose you wouldn't see a huge amount of tens doing that across the board in World Rugby. And he's a very confident player as well, so he'll bring them an element of confidence too. So we know the type of player he is. We expected him to come back into the team this week, so a lot of our scouting and preparation was on the basis that we knew that he would probably start. It's tough. It is certainly as a fullback, it's the hardest games that I feel you have to play in. Physically you're doing a lot of running, you're trying to cover a huge amount of space, but even more so mentally, because I'm trying to get the jump of him. I'm trying to think a second ahead of where he wants to put the ball. So certainly there's a huge onus on the fullback at the weekend to make sure that he doesn't find grass a huge amount of time.
Are there cues? Does every out have cues?
Yeah, every out has cues. He has a few more cues than other out halves. So certainly it's something that I will study a huge amount this week. Will be his cues, and just always trying to be a step ahead of him and trying to predict what he's going to do next.
And Rob, speaking about unpredictability, like you can have Gareth Anscombe coming off the bench as well. You can start in a fullback or out half like you did against England. Does that just again add more unpredictability and difficulty for you as well?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think as a team we try to improve going forward every campaign, every November, Six Nations, and a big area for us this year has been knowing our opposition inside out. So our analysis team will put a huge amount of effort into player profiles, and there'll be 5-6 minutes clips on each player, and there's an expectation on the players to know them all inside out. So we can't really use that as an excuse. Sorry.
Do you feel you are a better team than last year with last time you lost the game?
Yeah, I think we probably do. We've certainly improved areas of our game. We feel our phase attack has improved significantly, but in saying that, other teams are improving too. So while I'd like to think that we've made some big strides over the last year, other teams have as well, particularly Wales.